Today I'm going to show you the final wiring of the SX3 CNC control panel. This is the control panel and this is the electronics that I'm going to place inside the tube. And the original design, I was wanting the Arduino to be part of it, but as the length got longer and longer, I've now decided to put the Arduino board inside the control box under the mill in the stand. And so today, before I shove it all into the tube, I just like to go through with it now so as we can see what it is. The very top section are the E-stops. This is the original E-stop of the mill, the SX3. This is the E-stop that will be used and controlled by Mach 3, and in the center I've placed a single connector that I will use for the probe, so the probe will then just fit inside that. That fits inside the tube and screwed in. The wires then run out of the tube on the bottom and through the channel to the control box. In the top rectangle here is the LCD, or the tacho RPM meter, and that's connected to the push button PCB, which is the original one. There are holes along here for each push button, so they will fit this way up. The push button's there. I will make up, and this will be another video on the actual button membranes. I may use the famous polymorphic plastic, or I might even try covering some silicone. I'll see how it goes. So those buttons will then just be protruding through here. So that will be the manual control. To make it automatic control, or controlled by the Arduino, as I've mentioned in the previous videos, it is wired to a relay board. That relay board fits in this section. The holes in here are for the LED, so if I just want to check if I have a problem, I can see which LED for which relay is lit up. Now the wiring is such that they are a DuPont 3P or 3-pin plug, but I only use the two outer sections to carry the wires, and the adapter I showed you before, you use an inline row of pins, take the center one out and solder it in. So I've soldered that to the back of the push button, color coded it. As you know, I love to color code, so the color code's on the actual back of the switch, the same color code that's on the wiring. So they just clip on the back of there, and that completes that part of the circuit. In the center section, I'm having a row of buttons, switches. There is either the lever type or the push button type. Now, if you measure your finger, it's roughly 20 millimeters wide. So to fit 7 switches in such a small space, they will be one lever, one push button, one lever, and as long as the gap between the two levers 20 millimeter, you can easily press the button. And the other benefit of that is you cannot accidentally, say, knock the button, because the levers stop it. So as this will be this particular one here wired to the relay board will be the button that manually releases the collet from the automatic tool changer, because that will be controlled by the Arduino. I don't want to accidentally knock that while the machine's working, so there'll be a safety cover on it and in between the other two buttons, so I will have to purposely press that button for it to release. That's if I want to do manual tool changes, that sort of thing. So the wiring then will go out of the bottom of the tube, which is open right at the top, and through a recess into the table RHS, the 2-inch RHS, and the different connectors will go on there. Now the relay board is connected to the push button board, which is fine, but then I have to run the cabling from the relay board to the Arduino, and that's going to be, say, 1 metre away. And running a lot of cables, you have different solutions. So the one I've come up with is I've used a D9 adapter module, and there is 8 relays plus a ground, so it happens to be 9 wires. I then made up a connector. There will be a video on how to make up this type of connector that then screws into, or is fitted into, the relay board like such. That then goes through the tube of the table, and then you just get a cable that's an old modem cable, that type of thing, and that will then just screw in, run to the control box, and then these wires will fit in the necessary connectors, and I will make up another type of plug like that with the screw type terminals. If you have wires, they can tend to break off, so this type is quite robust, so I'll show that in another video. So that then just runs in there. So that will be the complete CNC4A SX3 CNC ATC mill. So the next time you'll see this, it will be on the machine, and I will show you how it works. I will also do a video on laser labelling. I shall also do another video on laser labelling these particular switches. I was going to make up a printed panel and that sort of thing, but I'll try the laser and see how that goes. So stay tuned for the next video, and thanks for watching.